Finding a job in Canada is not easy. I applied to several companies, and I was not getting any opportunity to work with. It was a headache. It was a mind blowing. I was totally confused. I didn't know what to do until a friend introduced Passage to me. No, Passage, this wasn't part of the agreement. So why are they asking for a resume? Wow, something that would have taken me like weeks and months to find a job, and now Passage is bringing it to my doorsteps. You wouldn't know where life will take you to. Life is transition, and everyone will actually find him or herself in that particular stage. I know some of you, I would like to apply. I will contact Passage. Do it now, and trust me, your dream will surely come true. My name is Emmanuel. I'm actually from Ghana. Currently, I'm living in Canada, Toronto to be precise. I'm a personal support worker by profession, and I'm currently finding a place to work in Quebec, Global Lodge Long-Term Care. I chose to study a personal support worker program because I have a genuine passion for supporting people and helping people to maintain their independence. Also, I find it rewarding to see people, maintaining their independence and, living by themselves. And again, the role of personal support worker actually aligns, with my values of compassion, respect, and my service. Finding a job in Canada is not easy. In fact, I have a practical experience because I have been applying to several companies for, a chance to work with them, but it hasn't been easy. I used to work with productions and warehouses, just to earn something to settle my bills, and other stuffs. And, when I got into the personal support working program, I tried searching for a part-time job to work with a long-term care or any hospital who were looking for a part-time workers or something. But that was quite difficult because I applied to several companies, and I was not getting any opportunity to work with until I met Passage, who led me, to find a very reputable company, a long-term care, something that would have taken me months, to look for. Passage brought to my doorsteps, and I think that was an amazing. In the course of searching for this job, at a point I was fed up. I was like, oh, come on. Getting to Canada, I thought personal support working program was very easy to find. But when I got into it, I realized that no, it wasn't easy though. So in the last, in a few weeks in my second semester to finish my program, there was this lady, part of the Passage team called Inara, who started sending email to us to forward our resume to her. I was like, no, Passage, this wasn't part of the agreement. So why are they asking for a resume? Well, anyway, I submitted my resume to Inara, and after completion, few weeks after completion, I received an email from Inara, giving me, scheduling a date for me to have a virtual interview with an employer. I was like, no, I was, what the heck? I was surprised. No, because I thought that I'm supposed to make a monthly commitment to Passage, and this wasn't part of the whole process. So why are they finding a job for me? In fact, I thought it was a joke. Well, the very day came, I wasn't expecting it though, but I prepared for that, and the virtual interview started. I was like, really, this is real. So, the process, before then, Inara met us, took us through some of the questions. In summary, I would say that the process was straightforward, it was transparent, it was simple, like I thought it would be. And successfully, I passed out the virtual interview, and I proceeded to, an in-person interview, which actually took place at Quebec. Inara emailed us again that, congratulations, Emmanuel, you qualified to, be part of the in-person interview. I thought it was a joke. Come on, so Passage is really doing this to help us. Wow, something that would have taken me like weeks and months to find a job. And now Passage is bringing it to my doorsteps. One Inara told us about Golden Plow Lodge. I quickly explore the facility online, and I got to know that it was actually located in Coburg. I searched, I explored the website, and I was fascinated about their landscape, their place. In fact, that was my first time going to Coburg. It was a very beautiful place. Their grass, their landscape, their trees, everything was nice, everything was well arranged. Anyone who is hearing me this morning or this afternoon, wherever you find yourself, I want to recommend Passage Loan to you. In fact, finding myself in Canada, and it is Passage that I would say made my dream come to pass, because I was caught up in a moment where I found it difficult to pay my fees. It was a headache, it was a mind-blowing, I was totally confused. I didn't know what to do until a friend introduced Passage to me. In fact, Passage, I would say that Passage has been a ladder to me, to climb to my dream. That is what I would say. So wherever you are, if you're finding it difficult to pay your fees, if your fees is a challenge to you, I recommend Passage Loan to you. They'll make your dream come to pass. They'll help you to do any course that you want to do, and one thing that actually distracts studies is fees. In fact, if you are owing any college, or if you are owing fees, it is actually going to distract your studies. You wouldn't have a sound mind to study, because there's nothing like working to pay fees in Canada, because you have bills and other stuff to pay. So you will need a company like Passage to assist you. And one interesting thing about this company is they pay the loan on time, which allows you to register your courses on time. In fact, if you are in Canada, or if you find yourself in any college and you don't meet the deadline for registration, you'll be asked to wait for another semester, or either if you are in winter, you can be asked to register for spring or summer or any of the seasons. But Passage, one thing I love about them is the loan was actually paid on time, which allowed me to register my courses on time. And I actually have a sound mind to study, because my fees, that financial burden was relieved. I had a sound mind to study, and I was able to maintain my academic progress because of Passage Loan, because they step in to relieve that financial burden from me. So anyone out there, I'll encourage Passage Loan to you. It is they are not just a financial institution. They are compassionate about student success. There wasn't any part I read about the loan forms where it was printed that students are guaranteed of having a job or getting a job. No, I didn't say it, but there wasn't any part that was printed like that. But they have find a job for us. They have find a job for us, even though it was not part of their exercise. But they did that, and it is only few loan facilities that will actually do this great help to people. So I think this is a big family, to join. They will do more for you, and you will never regret of joining Passage Loan. And one interesting thing, again, that I would like to talk about is, or let me say, what really stood out most to me about this company was their human touch. Yes, human touch. There are a lot of companies, you will send an email to them, it will take like months, it will take like weeks for them to respond to you. But Passage, anytime you send an email, they respond on time. When you call or when you contact them on phone, they respond, they talk nicely to you. I remember when we started this whole program, we were trying to find out part-time jobs, but there was this agent, this officer in Passage called Inara. She really did a lot. She helped us. I remember she used to call those of us who were working part-time, to help our colleagues who were not having jobs. He used to call, Emmanuel, where are you working? Do you have any slot at your place? And it wasn't only me that she was always talking to. She was talking to numerous of people who were on passage, trying to find a space for people who were not on part-time work so that we can pay. They really understand the lives of students, especially international students, and they are doing everything to help you, to realize your dream, to further your education and to secure a better future for yourself. So if you don't find, or if you don't become part of Passage, where else do you want to be? I recommend Passage to you. They'll make your dream come to pass, and they'll make your life so easy without any difficulties.